You ever see one of Donald Trump's Truth Social posts and think, same old, this guy's getting boring. Oh. But then Gavin Newsom comes along and starts mocking him, and Fox News is all up in a tizzy.
The other thing for me is that for the last week, Gavin Newsom, why am I giving him advice? You have to stop it with the Twitter thing. I don't know where his wife is. If I were his wife, I would say, "What? You are making a fool of yourself. Stop it. Do not let your staff tweet. And if you're doing it yourself, put the phone away and start over. And if he really, he's got a big job as governor of California, but if he wants an even bigger job, he has to be a little bit more serious."
That was former Trump press secretary Dana Perino, who used to lie for Donald Trump and has watched Donald Trump do these types of tweets forever and ever and ever. And now she's saying, oh, Gavin Newsom, get serious, wake up. How does she say that with a straight face? How does she say that with a straight face when she knows what Donald Trump has been doing for all these years? By the way, Gavin Newsom's ex-wife was Kimberly Guilfoyle, the same woman who was Donald Trump Jr.'s fiancée. So maybe she can call Kimberly, but Kimberly, call Gavin and tell him to stop doing this to Donald Trump. It's just not nice. Why is he doing this?
One of his tweets at 9:42 this morning said, Donald Trump and Greg Abbott are going to have a very bad day today, which sounds a lot like Baghdad Bob or like the mullahs in Iran when they're like talking junk on Twitter as Donald Trump is like bombing their nuclear facilities. He's ridiculous. He's completely unserious. He reminds me a lot of Michael Avenatti before Michael Avenatti went off to prison, when everybody was like, oh, this guy's going to be the next president. This guy's not going to be president. This guy is a ridiculous buffoon, and he's not going anywhere. It does remind you, though, how much of a complete original Donald Trump is. You know, all these people want to like mimic him. He's not mimicking anybody. He is the original.
That was Fox News commentator Charlie Hurt acting all hurt and licking Donald Trump's boots because he doesn't like the fact that Gavin Newsom is mocking Donald Trump and winning. That's right, he's winning. He's trolling all these guys. They're also they're just upset. How Donald Trump was he's the original, he's the number one, he's the first guy. Dude, he's getting his butt kicked because the substance of it is that Donald Trump is really just a failed president.
Democrats have a new strategy when it comes to taking on Donald Trump. They are fighting fire with fire. That includes California Governor Gavin Newsom, who's playing the part of the ultimate troll on social media as the Texas redistricting battle heats up. Newsom has been mimicking Trump's all-caps style, calling him names, hitting his poll numbers, and ending posts with Trump's signature phrase, "Thank you for your attention to this matter." I actually feel like Gavin Newsom kind of started this process trying to reach out to the other side, and now he's gone in really the other direction where he's taking on Trump more directly and Trumpism. And it wasn't working for him then, but it is kind of working for him now. I mean, the reach of his podcast, of all of this stuff has been amplified by this strategy.
He understands new media. I mean, we increasingly live in a world not of cable news or network news, but vertical videos, social media. And I feel like the message from Democrats from an earlier era is that you adapt to the brave new world of media or you become extinct.
There it is, CNN explaining that Gavin Newsom is someone in the Democratic Party who's finally figured out you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Remember the Untouchables, the Sean Connery character? They pull a knife, you pull a gun. They put one of yours in the hospital, you put one of theirs in the morgue. And Gavin Newsom is killing them.
I think it absolutely has been working in terms of generating attention, which is what he's trying to do, right? I mean, take a look here. Let's take a look right at the @GovPress office followers on X. That's, of course, where you get those sort of the account where Newsom posts those Trump-style mocking types of tweets. Get this. That account, get this, up 450% in terms of the number of followers since mid-June. And it's not just on Twitter, X, where Newsom is gaining. Even on TikTok and Instagram, his followers are up over 1 million since January alone. My goodness gracious. And more than that, Laura, more than that, what about Google? What about those Google searches for him? Get this, daily Google searches for Gavin Newsom up like a rocket. What are we talking about? Since June 1, up 1,300%. Compared to August 1st, look at that, up 500%. So the bottom line is, in politics, especially if you're thinking of entering in 2028, it's all about generating attention. And so far, Gavin Newsom has done a good job at generating attention.
There it is, our boy at CNN, Harry, breaking it down. He's showing you the numbers. He's showing you that it's working. He's showing you that Gavin Newsom is going viral. People are searching him. Who is he? Some people don't know who he is, but now they're finding out who he is. He's somebody who's kicking Donald Trump's butt. That's who he is. And he's got facts to do it with.
He's a failed president. Who else sends ICE? Same time, having a conversation like this. Someone who's weak. Someone who's broken. Someone whose weakness is masquerading as strength. The most unpopular president in modern history. An economy that's collapsing all around him. You saw the new wholesale prices going up almost a full percentage point today. Inflation is going up. Job creation is going down. He's trying to rewrite history, Smithsonian, censoring historical facts. And in the spirit of what Adam Schiff said, he's trying to put America in reverse on voting rights, civil rights, LGBTQ rights, on women's rights. He wants to bring us back to a pre-1960s world. That's what this is all about. It's about power, and I want to end on this. And we are about to give power back to the people.
That was the most important video we've seen so far. Gavin Newsom laying it out like it is. Donald Trump is a failed president. In any objective world, we'd have Republicans admitting that. But they're not going to admit it because they got to stand behind him. They got to say that he's the guy doing the right thing. They're trying to say that prices are going down when prices are going up. You can't fight the numbers. The job numbers came out. Donald Trump didn't like it, fired the job lady. Then they suggested maybe we just shouldn't do job numbers. You can't do that. And you need somebody like Gavin Newsom and other Democrats to step up and start fighting and showing them in their own way that not only are you lying, not only are you wrong, but you're taking us into the tanker. In many, many ways. You can start with the economy, all right? These tariffs that Donald Trump implemented have been disastrous. They tanked the stock market. A lot of people lost money. Then the stock market went back up. A lot of rich people made money because they were able to buy stocks at a lower price, at a discounted price, and the prices went up. They made money. The people who needed their stocks, needed their 401ks to pay their rent, had to cash out. When the stocks were down, they lost money. So who got rich? The rich got richer. Then you got your big, beautiful bill. The big, beautiful bill that's giving tax breaks to billionaires and taking away Medicare and is taking away lunches for students in schools and is taking away all kinds of benefits that people need that are the constituents of Donald Trump that need it, and it's being taken away. And so it's a failed economy. And we see that inflation is rising. We see that there's a threat of a recession. And that's where Gavin Newsom is not just talking smack online. He has the receipts to prove it. Donald Trump is a failed president. That's the economy. Talking about foreign affairs. He bowed down to Putin. He's made Gaza worse by letting criminal Netanyahu do whatever he wants. And he claims that he brought peace to Iran and Israel. There shouldn't have ever been a bombing in the first place. And yet he's claiming that he's stopping all these wars. Foreign policy-wise, not good. Europe is trying to stand behind Ukraine. Donald Trump does not seem to be wanting to stand behind Ukraine. Donald Trump just wants to bow down. He wants to win a Nobel Peace Prize by saying, look, I got a deal for Ukraine and Russia. What deal? What the deal is going to be that Russia gets the land that it wanted and then just starts continuing to go into Europe? Is that what he wants to do? Is that what he wants to do? Even people of his own cabinet have said in the past, you can't trust Vladimir Putin. Marco Rubio had said, you can't trust Vladimir Putin. And now Marco Rubio is kissing Donald Trump's butt. Donald Trump has failed in the foreign policy. Donald Trump has failed internally. Remember, he said he's going to deport violent criminals, 20 million violent criminals. And there just weren't that many. There just weren't that many. So they started deporting people that have been working here and aren't violent criminals, who've had a life here, they've been paying taxes. We see now ICE has taken over all of these cities. We see the amount of money that they gave to ICE. ICE is one of the, compared to the militaries of the world, ICE has one of the highest funds, the biggest amount of funding, up to like the 10th or 11th or 12th military in the world. So our country is becoming overrun by the Gestapo. They cover their faces, they go find people, they tackle them, they arrest them, they deport them into the wrong countries. And these are people that we need. We need these people for the economy. We need people to work on the farms where they are arresting people and deporting. We need people to work in the restaurants where they're arresting them and deporting them. We need this for our economy. Our economy is going to keep tanking. By the way, Donald Trump was upset with those job numbers. He's fired half of the federal workforce, and he's deported the other people that were working. So why is he surprised that there's fewer jobs created? And he's implemented these tariffs that go up and down and up and down. Taco Trump, right? Trump always chickens out. They go up and down, and companies don't know what to do. They're like, should we hire people? Should we not hire people? He is a disaster. Guys, don't forget, this is the guy who bankrupted casinos. You know how hard it is to bankrupt a casino? This guy did it. This guy, the art of the deal, he never has done anything. His father gave him the money to get started. He lost his father's money. Then a little while later, when he was on the outs, Mark Burnett, the producer of The Apprentice, came along and gave him a deal where Donald Trump ended up making millions of dollars, and he just, bamboozled his way through that. And now he has bamboozled a whole following of people that follow him and support him, and they defend him on Fox News, and they're all hurt, like that guy Charlie Hurt. They're hurt that how dare Gavin Newsom make fun of Donald Trump? It is so beautiful what Gavin Newsom is doing. I live in California, all right? And right now, in my opinion, Gavin Newsom is the front runner. We don't know who's going to end up being the Democratic candidate, and we don't know who's going to be the Republican candidate. We might not even have an election, because Donald Trump is trying to erase that too. And let's go to the reason why Gavin Newsom right now has stepped up and is taking over the way the Democratic Party should be fighting this guy. That's because Donald Trump placed a call to Governor Abbott over there in Texas and said, I want you to redistrict your state so we can pick up 5 Republican members of Congress and keep our majority in Congress in 2026. The next election's coming up, right? 2026? Yeah, 2026. Midterm elections. And that is the government, the politicians, picking their voters. Usually the voters are supposed to pick the politicians, but they are now gerrymandering in a way so that they pick up those votes. So what did Gavin Newsom do? He goes, all right, you guys want to do that? Let's fight fire with fire. Let's bring a gun to a gunfight. California now is going to redistrict to gain those votes back so that they nullify what Texas is doing. Now, the catch is California is actually asking California voters to vote on this, whereas Texas just told their Republican state assembly or whatever it is to just pass these, redraw these lines and redistrict. And basically they're disenfranchising people. What they're doing is they're making it so that your vote in Texas, if you are somebody who's a Democrat, is not going to count in certain counties, in 5 new counties, so that they can pick up those 5 counties. Everybody should be upset about that. That's just ruining democracy. But then again, Donald Trump never cared about democracy. We saw that on January 6th when he asked his followers to overthrow a democratically elected president and take over Congress and hang Mike Pence. We've seen all this. So this guy is a joke. The people defending him on Fox are a joke. How could Dana Perino even show her face after being the press secretary for that fraud? And now she's on Fox News with a straight face saying, oh, Gavin Newsom shouldn't be doing what Donald Trump does all the time. I mean, it's great trolling. I'm a comedian. I'm enjoying this. You guys gotta, if you want entertainment, just read Gavin Newsom's posts. They are top of the line. Fantastic. Just mocking the foolishness and the fool that Donald Trump is. He really is. And now he's trying to do I talked about foreign affairs. I talked about the economy. Let's talk about culture. He's taken over culture. He recently said that, museums put too much emphasis on the fact that slavery was bad. If you're a person of color that voted for Donald Trump, you need to get your head checked. Because this guy does not care about you. His party does not care about you. They're trying to erase your history, and they're trying to enrich billionaires. That's what it is. Because they're run by billionaires. Elon Musk is the person who paid for Donald Trump to become president, because we have a system that's broken, you see. So we need people to get into power, hopefully somebody like Gavin Newsom or somebody else who actually believes in democracy. How do you know that Gavin Newsom believes in democracy? He's putting it to a vote for the members of California, people of California, to decide if we're going to redistrict or not. That just tells you everything you need to know. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is asking his little crony there, Governor Abbott, to just redistrict. Don't worry about what people want. Let's just redistrict. So you see, Donald Trump is about power, and Gavin Newsom is about popping that power. And that's what he's doing with these tweets. Follow him, read about it, send it out to your friends. Get ready for fighting these people the way they want us to fight them. Let's not let them take our democracy and our country. Guys, I'm comedian Maz Jobrani. I've got a channel right here on YouTube at Maz Jobrani. Check it out. Give it a follow. It's free. I post stand-up comedy. Let me know you came from Rebel HQ. Bye.